that time again. The soft trickle of the rain on the roof is calling out to us, and we're here to answer with another edition of Rainy Night Records. I'm Hutch Knightley, and I'll be your host as we put another record on the turntable and turn down from the stress of the day. We love a storm here at Rainy Night Records. To sit cozily inside as the wind and rain whip at the windows is pure bliss. We sip a refreshing beverage and bask in the dim glow of a lonely lamp, contentedly passing the time away in our peaceful, protected little haven. But sometimes that wind whips just a little too hard and leaves that lamp flickering out. So what then? Well, we light a couple candles and crank up the vintage Victrola and throw on a very special edition record by our featured group this week. This fearless foursome of passionate punk pacers have been turning up the volume and tearing up the rock scene with their rebellious riffs and aggro attitude. But even when there's no power to their amplifiers, these rousing rockers still bring the electricity. On the turntable tonight with their unplugged and unwavering rendition of Fever Dream, this is Indeyevid.
He's nervous. Getting over betrayal and mistrust from once was great, distracted by lots, reading between the chance, lucid lies, you refuse to make up for lost time. Distance is most natural response. Temperature rises at the reason of thought. Force or open connection walks away. Emotional sickness caused by your present days. Put words in my mouth and I put blood in yours. Fever from denying truth that was always underlying. Caught was deceiving. Stabbed behind my back, my blood was bleeding. Overheating. So self-seeking. Love lies bleeding. Good luck breeding, getting over betrayal and mistrust. For once was great, distracted by lust. Reading between the trends, lucid lies. You refuse to make up for lost time. Distance is most natural response. Temperature rises at the reason of thought. Doors for open connection walks away. Emotional sickness caused by your present stays. Put words in my mouth and I put blood in yours. Point prevent, stand corrected. Point prevent, stand corrected. Point prevent, stand corrected. Point prevent, stand corrected. Point prevent. Point prevent. Point prevent. Point prevent.
We're Indeyevid. We're a northern New Jersey-based alternative punk band. My name is Amanda. I am the vocalist and the rhythm guitarist.
I'm Ignacio. I'm the guitar player. I sing sometimes.
I'm John. I play drums.
We don't have Tristan, our bassist, here tonight.
Yeah, so I started this with a different group of people, essentially. It went on for like a year, and we played a bunch of gigs, and it was time for a new chapter of Indeyevid, like, long story short. And that's why it's called Necessary Renovations, because it was like kind of a necessary push forward, just like, you know, not giving up on something just because something didn't go your way.
You give up?
Never!
So one song is called Red Dye 40, like Red Dye 40 and all the effects it has on you, and it's like something we've always been consuming our entire lives. But yeah, Ignacio thought it was a love
I thought it
song.
was like a metaphor for like how love kind of fucks you up.
We've been really grateful that we've experienced playing shows with bands that are super supportive, very open, very talkative. Like, you know, everybody sticks around the whole show, and it's a great community. But I will admit, like, you know, starting off in a band that, you know, if you have no sense of any connections, or you have no reputation yet, and it's totally difficult to find shows and find bandmates to begin with.
I'm so terribly alone, so completely alone.
That's where you kind of have to really push it, and it's going to feel really unmotivating, and you're going to be like, this is never going to make anywhere, but like, you have to just keep pushing it. I was in that position too, where I was like, I'm never going to find people for my band, like, I'm never going to play shows, like, I just don't understand, like, what am I missing? And you're not missing anything. It takes a while to get things moving. Right now, what the music scene needs is more venues, in my opinion. It's a little more poppin' in the South, but, you know, the North is okay. The North has a couple of venues, but, like, there's only, like, a handful in North Jersey that, like, everybody goes to, and it's the same shuffle. Playing the same venue over and over again can be so exhausting. And
That's why we go to New York a lot.
And that's another thing I noticed in the music scene, is a lot of bands are just recycling each other on bills.
There's times where we play on like an indie bill, and we're like the second band, or like the third band. They were playing all these like nice indie songs, and we just blow everyone's eardrums out.
Yeah.
Story time.
I was a little heated because we were playing a set with a bill that they were much lighter. They weren't as heavy. But we were playing to an audience where they were like friends and family of like the lightest band on the bill, so like they had no expectation to hear me hooting and hollering on the microphone and throwing my guitar around. And someone was like shouting stuff at us, like, turn off your pedals and you're too loud. And I'm like, I love that. If you're pissing off somebody, then like you're doing something right.
There's some people you can see them when they're like when I'm playing. I look out, and they're shaking their heads and stuff.
But it's awesome.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious.
It's a little
to
more.
See people off.
You
if you need your protection. If you need your protection, you put that shit on.
Yeah,
because
you
we're
have
gonna
to
we're
listen
gonna
to
like
us.
be really loud.
I can't hear! I can't hear!
Those bands that we play with, even though they're totally not like they don't sound anything like us, they're still like, you guys are awesome, like we love you.
And like
And
they're
that's
good
so
in their
cool.
own regard.
It's just like that support system, you know,
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
other bands coming up and be like, we're here with you,
Regardless
let's
of
play
like
again.
the type of music, it's always like, you know, you guys are great, we should play again. And it's like having those connections is really nice.
Like, I feel like the DIY scene, it needs to be more of a community based, and it's not a competition. Like, we're all doing this to get, you know, to that end goal of, you know, making it. We have to support each other on that aspect, because I feel like if you're gonna, you know, isolate yourself as a band, play your set and ditch after the show, not promote shows.
Why are you even here?
You know, support the ones that are around you, support the bands that are on that bill, because you never know who's gonna go where, like who knows who. So I always take everything with a grain of salt when it comes to that.
Getting over betrayal and mistrust. From once was great, distracted by lust. Reading between the translucent lies, will refuse to make up for lost time. Distance at most, natural response. Temperature rises at the reason of thought. Doors are open, connection walks away. Emotional sickness caused by your presence stays. Put words in my mouth and I'll put blood in yours. Fever from denying, truth set was always underlying. Caught with deceiving, stabbed behind my back, my blood was bleeding. Overheating, so self-seeking, love lies bleeding, good luck breeding. Getting over betrayal and mistrust, from once was great, distracted by lust. Reading between the translucent lies, will refuse to make up for lost time. Distance at most, natural response. Temperature rises at the reason of thought. Doors are open, connection walks away. Emotional sickness caused by your presence stays. Put words in my mouth and I'll put blood in yours. Point proven, stand corrected. Point proven, stand corrected. Point proven, stand corrected. Point proven, stand corrected. Point proven, point proven, point proven, point proven.
That sound of the dragging needle means we've reached the end of our album for tonight. We want to thank you as always for tuning in to Rainy Night Records. Once again, I'm Hutch Knightley. Keep watching the weather, and we'll catch you on the B-side.
WRNR, Rainy Night.